breath is going to come out naturally without much effort, but just the effort to make it deeper. Continue at your own pace, breathing in deeply, just the breath going into your nostril, breath coming out of the nostril. Observe the warmness as you breathe in, the warmness as you breathe in through your nostril. Warmness as you breathe out through your nostril. As much possible, keeping your palm facing the ceiling so that the energy comes inward. When you feel complete, you're going to chant 3 Om if you're happy to, or listening to the chant. Let's take a deep breath in through your nostril. And breathe out with a smile. The smile is the easiest yoga practice you can do to make each and every cell of your body to be energized. So the next time you take a deep breath in, breathe out with a smile. If you want to fake it, that's absolutely fine to begin with. But breathe out with a smile. Now for Om, let's take a deep breath in through your nostril. Gentle smile on your face. Let the smile blossom all over your body. Observe the difference in your body as you smile more and more. Making the smile as large as possible. Making your smile as bright as possible. Let your whole body smile. Let your smile in your lips spread all over your body. Observe the difference. Observe any subtle difference in your body. And when you're ready, we're going to do few deeper breathing. So you're going to inhale for 4. Try to hold the breath maybe for 4 or 2 or 3, whatever it's comfortable for you, and breathe out for 6. Try not to put too much effort without raising your shoulder, without getting your chin close to the chest. So keeping your chin parallel to the ground. Taking deep breath in for 4. Hold for 4 if you can. And breathe out for 6. Continue at your own pace, breathing in for 4. Hold for 4. And breathe out with a smile for 6. Each time you breathe out, let your smile blossom all over your body. Let your smile become bigger and bigger. Every time you breathe in for 4, hold for 4 if you're happy to, and breathe out for 6. Observe each and every cell of your body energizing with the oxygen intake you're taking as you're taking deep breath in through your nostril. You're made up of millions and billions of cells in our body. Let each and every cell of your body blossom with a smile. Each time you breathe in, each time you breathe out, smile as long as you can, as bigger as you can. The smile spread all over your body as you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 6. Recollecting the sutra from Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Tasmin Sati Swasha Prasvasho Tasmin Sati Gati Vichedaha Pranayama. Observe when your body is steady, still and comfortable, the breath becomes elongated, the breath becomes subtle. Continuing to breathe in for 4, hold for 4 if you're happy to, breathe out for 6 with a smile. And observe that the breath has 3 parts. One is the inhalation, which is internal. The other is the exhalation or the external. And the third is the retention or the suspension of the breath. There is a suspension before the inhalation. And there's a pause between the inhalation and the exhalation. There's a pause between the exhalation and the inhalation. Observe all of these while you're breathing. Observe the 3 moments of the breath, the inhalation, the exhalation, and the retention. Regulated by the time, the location, and the count. So you're breathing in for 4. As much possible, hold for 4 and breathe out for 6. Let go of anything and everything that does not serve your purpose at this point of time. And when you feel complete, when you're ready, simply rubbing your palms, if you're happy to, generating a bit of heat and being mindful of any spectacles or any lens, placing it on top of your eyes very gently, getting your both hands in front of you in Namaste, very gently opening your eyes with a blink. Right? Are you feeling relaxed with the breathing technique? Right? Any feedback or any questions as of now before we begin? Okay, so we begin with a story as usual. I'm thinking of 2 stories. One is the King Janaka. You all know King Janaka, isn't it? So from our Ashtavakra Gita, and I think it was during the intro talk or the first week. Intro talk, yeah. So we introduced King Janaka. So even King Janaka is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. The King Janaka existed even before Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita was written. So in the chapter 3:20 it says, Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim asthita janakadaya lokasangram evapi sampasyam kartum arhasi. So it mentions, just like King Janaka, you be a karma yogi. King Janaka was not a yogi, I can't say yogi, he was like a yogi, but he was not sitting in the mountain and meditating and things like that. He was a king and he had a kingdom to take care. If you can imagine, if you have a business and if you have to take care of a business, you have to do so many things. You have to do marketing, you have to do so many stuff like management and take care of employees, pretty much like that. He had to take care of it, take care of his people, take care of the kingdom, everything. So you can imagine how much work he had. He was not a monk, he was not withdrawn from any actions, but he was still a karma yogi, we call him. You cannot see many people mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, and King Janaka is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So you can see how much importance Krishna gave to King Janaka in Bhagavad Gita. He ruled a very vast kingdom in India. And many sages used to come to his kingdom. Like one of them is he was in the kingdom. We have sage Yajnavalkya. So he is also one of the profound sage. And they all used to come, and he always used to listen to all these sages to know what is the real meaning of the life, and what is the to know as a knower of truth. So we all say, what is that truth? So this is what he wanted to know every time. Many sages used to come, and he used to learn the knower of truth. So one day, what happened is there was a fire, sudden fire in his kingdom, and I'm not sure whether it's a minister or someone. Someone came and said, there is a fire in the kingdom. But he did not panic. Like, there were so many scholars and so many of them in the kingdom. They started running, like the peasants and everyone. They started running. Oh, it's a fire! It's fire! They were in panic. But King Janaka was not in panic. He was very relaxed. And one of the ministers came and asked him, well, the kingdom is in fire. You don't have any stress or anything. You're just being relaxed. It's like nothing of mine. Nothing of mine is burning. It's nothing is mine. So he still remained very calm and very relaxed. So he was very free from his inner ownership. But of course, he took care of it. He might have mentioned, hey minister, please take care of this. And he took actions, but he was not having that panic or not having that stress that, oh, my kingdom is in fire. He was in a denial that it's mine. He was just having freedom from the inner ownership. That's what it says from the story. If we have time, I don't know whether we have time. 25. Okay. So the another story what I wanted to share, I won't go in depth into it, but I will try to give just on the shore. So anyone know about sage Vishwamitra? Yeah. And then anyone knows about sage Vaishishta? So there is a book called Yoga Vaishishta. It is one of the Bible for us, for a yogi to learn, to read what Yoga Vaishishta says. And it's pretty much like Bhagavad Gita and Ashtavakra Gita. So when you open the book, it will give you a knowledge for that particular moment. If you are in a very difficult situation and if you open the book, the page will give you a very strong knowledge that will help you at that point of time. So Yoga Vaishishta is the book. So how are they connected, if you can see? So I don't know whether we will have time. It's a very interesting story. So sage Vishwamitra, he's one of them because of whom the Gayatri Mantra is being carried, that we are learning and teaching Gayatri Mantra, which is one of the most important mantra in Vedanta. So Vishwamitra, he was just walking along, maybe he was going for a hunt or something, and then he saw sage Vaishishta's hermitage, like ashram. So he was going there, and he was fed. Sage Vaishishta fed all his soldiers and everyone. He was astonished. How is that a sage can prepare food so perfectly and feed so many of them? There were many people that he was with them. He was a king. Vaishishta was a king. I don't know the name he had. I don't know whether it was same King Vaishishta, maybe. So cutting short the story, he then became a sage at one point. I won't go too much into the story. Because of sage Vaishishta, so he was defeated by sage Vaishishta in the war that he put across. what I wanted to say is Vishwamitra, he took so much so much of meditation he did like for thousands of years, and then he used to come to Sage Vasishtha. He did many things, but Sage Vasishtha was totally in inaction. He was totally into action in inaction. So he was, when I say he, Vishwamitra did so much of actions and also so much of meditation. But when we see Sage Vasishtha, he's very calm. He did not much. So he was totally in inaction, still in action. I'm not sure whether that story conveyed it, but it's a very, very long story, and I try to shrink it, but try to understand from King Janaka. That will make it clear. To be still action in inaction. Although you're doing, like, you might be doing some action, maybe it could be your business or it could be your work or something, but try not taking much ownership, like doership. We call it what is the type of nishkama karma, not taking ownership of the doership. Okay, so I hope that story was helpful. Let's see what karma yoga is and what it may not be. Okay. Anyone wants to say what is karma yoga before I start? Maybe you are understanding of what it is. Nimalaji or Joshia?
Is it about doing good without expecting anything in return?
Yeah, doing what?
Good.
Good.
Without expecting anything in return.
Expecting.
A very good one, Josh.
Yeah. Where did you learn this from?
Action.
Good one, Josh. Sorry.
Action in whatever way, it should be good indeed.
Action in whatever way you do in good deed.
Whatever way, it should be good indeed.
So karma yoga is not limited to good deeds alone. It applies to any action done with the right attitude. Yeah?
Yeah,
that's it. I'll come to this. Okay.
Helping others.
Helping others. Selfless service.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to add to it,
Mhm.
once you're done.
Yes, absolutely.
Doing what needs to be done in your phase of life, which is very important.
Doing
What
What
needs to be done in your
needs
phase of life, whatever
to be
phase you are.
in your phase of life. That's a very big one. Yes. Anything you want to add to your turn? No pressure. Listen.
Altruism.
Awesome.
Altruism.
Altruism. What does that mean?
It means not thinking about yourself, but thinking of others.
Okay. Not thinking about
Yourself.
yourself, but others. Like, for example, if I understand it right, putting yourself in other people's shoe, something like that, or more than that. More than that. Okay. Not just thinking about you in doing something, but thinking the whole world or maybe others as well. Okay. I like that. So, some of the definitions, I don't need to teach. You all know it. This is what one of them were saying. I know. I have all the knowledge. It's not the knowledge that I want. I want more than that. I said, yeah, okay, that is also right. So, very similar. You already know what is karma yoga. You don't need me, right? Yes or no? Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't need me, right? Let me walk out. But what I am here is to give the knowledge from the scriptures. So let's come to what is karma yoga and what is not karma yoga. It's not suppression. Like when you're doing some charity work, sometimes, I mean, I'm just giving example. Doesn't mean this is to be done or not to be done. I'm just giving examples, analogy. So sometimes they might sacrifice their own time. Is it good? Not good? I'm not sure. Okay, but things happen. You sometimes feel tired. I've seen in in ashrams, they feel very tired. They still serve people like food. It could be food or cutting vegetables or driving, for example, and taking people. They get tired, but they still put effort, and they sometimes don't know that when they put effort, it just happens effortlessly. Yeah? So all these things, but it's not about that. It's not about suppressing. It's not about passivity. It's not fatalism. Not that. So what is karma yoga? Just like how you all said, it's skill in action, but freedom from anxiety. This is the exact definition from Bhagavad Gita 2.5, chapter 250. So skill in action means inner balance while acting, not just efficiency. Yeah, I will give the full chapter 250, verse 50.
If you want the sunset.
So the exact meaning is the skill in action, so freedom from anxiety or stress. Okay, so the actual verse is buddhi yukto janatiha ube sukrita duskrite tasmat yogyaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushal. Okay. So what does it say? What does it not say? Like, for example, you said chinta mat karo, don't worry. And let's come one by one. I'm just going in order of So doing good without expecting return. Yes, so this is very much same as nishkama karma. This is exactly what it is. Let me see the exact verse for it.
2.48.
2.48, yeah. Yes, I forgot. 4.7 is karmanu evadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu mate sango stva karmani. I'll give an example of that.
It's like doing karma without expecting any fruits.
Yeah, any fruits of action. Yeah. So pretty much like how what Joe said. So do action without expecting the fruits of the action. That's what it means literally, just like how Josh said. So for example, you're driving in a road and suddenly there is traffic. You can't do anything. That's not in your control. But what you can do is you can just drive and maybe take a different route and things like that. You can't control like the timing or any of the outcome or others' reactions or others' emotion. What you can control is your intention, your effort, and your integrity. This is what you can be in control of. So this is what ma in the verse ma means no. Karma phala heturbur. You don't expect the fruits of the action. Mate sango stva karmani. Ma phalesu kadachana. So all these things, you don't expect these things, the timing, outcome, and others' reaction. So this is what is the karma yoga. But just coming to this one, the next one, action in whatever way it should be done in good deed. Yeah? So you need to think everyone, just like Deirdre mentioned, you have to think others as well, not just yourself, and do good deed in whatever actions you do. So next coming to this one, so this is karma karo, फल की चिंता मत करो. There's no mention of worry or anything. So we're not going to let go of any worry or any stress, but we are just doing the action. We are letting go.
You know, when it's been like do your duty, whatever it is, work, relationship, whatever, you just do your duty.
Yes.
Just like Arjun and Krishna, they were doing their duty.
Yeah, exactly.
Without but Arjun was confused because family was
Yeah, it was
involved.
the family. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You just do your duty.
Yeah. Whatever that may be in your capacity.
Yeah, that's it. This is what is the skill in action, and skill in action, and skill in inaction as well. So we look into all those things, helping others, like the selfless service. Yes, absolutely. Doing what needs to be done in your phase of life. So we'll look into that in the future ones. So there are 4 folds of the karma. One is the kartavya buddhi. Pretty much like what you mentioned. I might need your help, Sherry. Let's see. Okay, this is working very good. I really appreciate you. You already know what is karma yoga, and you're in the right path. So I appreciate that. So we saw 2 sutra, 2 sloka. One is the 2.47 and 2.48. If I have to just keep it short, 2.50.
Yeah.
So 50 is yoga karma sukha. Okay. 47 is whatever we mentioned. So I want to go deeper. Hello. Are you okay?
Yeah, Soham.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Hello.
Shana.
Hi, Shara. Please join us. Your friend?
My son.
Oh, son. Okay. Please come. Welcome. Please join us. Say if you're happy to get to chat.
I want to talk to him.
Can we have a word
Yes.
with you in class?
Now?
If you have a minute here.
Yeah, 5, just 5.
Yeah. She's my wife, and
We can go outside.
yeah. Accept my apologies. Yeah, sure. Okay. So where were we? Yeah. So we were saying we have 4 types of karma. One is the kartavya buddhi. Kartavya literally means the sense of duty. So you were mentioning, 2 of you mentioned about helping others, and then Cherry and then Nimalaji mentioned doing what needs to be done in your phase of life. So doing what needs to be done. And this is from Bhagavad Gita 3.19. Therefore, you have to perform the actions as a duty. So, if you think I'm a banker and I'm doing this for salary, or I'm doing this because I have this degree, I have this knowledge, that becomes very self-oriented. But if you're doing it just like a duty, just like you have to do this duty at this phase of life, just like how Nimraji mentioned. So just doing it as a duty, that's what is called the kartavya buddhi. Yeah? And then next is the Ishvara Arpana buddhi. So offering your actions, offering your attitude. Okay, here Ishvara literally means God or the Paramatma that we mentioned. Paramatma. So Atma, Paramatma. So it literally is the God. So offering all the actions to Ishvara or the Paramatma, actions then become sacred. Any questions on this or any thoughts?
Offering attitude.
Offering attitude. Like you surrender to God, surrender to someone higher. It may not be like God, it might be like Brahman.
Surrendering means surrendering to.
Offering, like whatever you do, saying that, offering that, I am not doing it. It is something bigger that is doing it. It can be Brahman, it can be Ishvara. So having that offering kind of attitude, so that will help you to be more in the knowledge. So whatever you do, offer it to me. That's what is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 3.3.
Just to follow up, just to help her understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Kalpana.
Yeah, maybe any action you do, even when you're a householder, so you're doing the banker's job, he was saying, that is to support your family because it's in that phase of life. Even when you go back, you're also doing a household activity. So it's with that attitude, you're saying that, oh no, I don't want to do this action, but you're also doing it with an attitude, I have to do it. So that's the way that you surrender all your actions to Ishvara. Just to add, to make you understand, I just gave an example. I hope that helps.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, from there we then go into.
Sorry, in that attitude, it's like you want to do it. It's not like.
Yeah, you want to do. It's not like this. The self is doing it.
Forcing us to do it.
Yes.
Because I like cooking, so I do it because I love cooking and I like feeding my family.
Yeah, we'll come to that. So, although these are all interconnected, the four of them, but there is a segregation. So we'll look into that as well. So, the third is the prasada buddhi. So, offering the action as prasad or
Accepting any results.
yeah, receiving the results as prasad. Sorry. Yeah.
Accepting any results.
This one is offering. This one is receiving.
Any outcome, good or bad.
Receiving as a prasad. In a temple, when you are there for a long time, again, I'm not sure how was it in church, but at least in temple, that's where I've been born. I've been to temple, lots of temple back in India. We used to sit for a long time in a queue, and then you are hungry, and at last you get a little bit of something. We call it prasad, and that makes prasad buddhi, and it makes your hunger go. It's just a tiny, maybe a laddu or maybe a kesari or something, some sweet. It will make your hunger go just like that, very tiny bit. So it's like receiving as a result of prasad, accepting the result as a divine order. Divine order. Okay, so this is again from Bhagavad Gita 2.47 and 2.48. And then the last one is the Chitta Shuddhi. Which means it's the purification of mind. Right, okay. So with the purity, like you just do it because you want to purify your mind. You just want to keep your mind clean. So So rather than doing something, I'm just giving some example. Like if you feel like stealing, you know that is not good. If you look at the yama niyama, you have so many things like you are not supposed to do aparigraha. You're not to do this. You should not be doing that. So your mind will say this is not supposed to be done. You need to be pure. So you do any actions to purify, and that brings the steadiness and readiness of the knowledge. Good, Chidi. They're going to join us? Or?
No,
Okay. Okay. Any questions on that? This 4 types of the karma yoga. So just to sum.
This came from the Visi. Where is this from the book?
Bhagavad Gita.
Could you write the name of the book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's on the readiness. Yeah.
The readiness. Yeah. The readiness.
Yeah, it's
You can find one this one. Okay.
yeah, he's
So karma yoga is mostly from Bhagavad Gita. It's the whole chapter, chapter 3. Chapter 2 is Sankhya Yoga, which has a bit of karma yoga, and then the whole chapter 3 is about karma yoga. Again, these are all mentioned in various Upanishads. Again, it's not that much. How do I put it in the right word? It's main scriptural source is the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2 and 3. What to say? Bhagavad Gita is easily accessible. One of the reason.
Purification of mind can be achieved through reaction of knowledge.
Purity will give you steadiness.
Steadiness of mind.
Steadiness of mind, and that will help you for the readiness of the knowledge about the truth, who you are, what you are, what are you supposed to do, and things like that. So there are few references in the Upanishads, which is the Isha Upanishad. It says, perform actions while you are desiring to live 100 years without the knowledge, which is in Isha Upanishad, I think chapter 1 to 2. This one, I don't have reference, but this is also from Bhagavad Gita.
When we say Chitta Shuddhi, does it mean if I meditate that also is my karma?
Absolutely, yeah. Anything to clean our 4 parts of the Chitta Shuddhi. That's what sage Vishwamitra did, like thousands and thousands of years, and that's when he got some boon from different lords, maybe like Lord Shiva and everyone. Yeah, absolutely. So that's why all the sages, they sit and meditate for a long time to purify the Chitta. Purify the thoughts, purify the memory, purify the ego, that I, me, purify the buddhi. When it comes to buddhi, it could be all these buddhis as well. Great. Okay, so some of the references, Isha Upanishad. 1 to 2. And then we have in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, chapter 4. Which says the desire drives the action, and it supports the karma to vasana. Karma to vasana teaching. So these are some of the references about karma yoga in different Upanishads. And then we have in the Mundaka Upanishad in chapter 1.2. It says karma purifies but does not give liberation. Maybe this is for you, Indraji.
I think I'm not going to achieve in this lifetime. Maybe the more you give me knowledge, then maybe I may be able to do it.
It is very simple. I just.
Maybe you will come back in my next life and give me more knowledge.
I just told you 3 words. I want liberation. Just remember
I have already written it.
And then what?
I just design.
Give some tips to memorize all this. Do you have any?
Nothing. Forget everything. This is what I am asking you to.
Done.
Done. That's it. No need to remember all these things. I mean, of course, you need to know what is there in the scripture. That is definitely there. But
Can give us a picture. Just keep hearing.
yeah, keep learning.
Just keep hearing, listening. That's all.
Smriti.
Keep hearing. No need to memorize.
Sit with a guru, find a guru and say
Yes,
Shri Ravi
keep
Shankar.
listening.
Just listen to him. That
That's
itself
all.
makes it. Okay, so I was giving some references in different Upanishads, the Isha Upanishad, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and the Mundaka Upanishad. So, and in Mundaka Upanishad I was saying the karma purifies you but it does not give you liberation. The karma yoga prepares you. But what gives you liberation is the knowledge about the truth, the self-realization. Okay, there's one more reference, which is 3.27. We will come to it. I don't know whether this will get erased properly.
In my head?
Hmm.
In my head?
Let me see. This is wet.
No, I can make it. But I don't guarantee pen is on. You should take
Where are we looking what isn't? So here is something that I want you to ponder upon. If you can reflect on where in your life are you trying to control the results. If you can think of like maybe at your work, if you are trying to control some results or trying to where you are expecting or controlling results, if you want to share or reflect upon, you don't need to exactly share. Where is that you are I can't say stuck, but where is that you are like stressed, and because you are trying to get some results. For example, I can usually think of work. Yes, Nimraji, go for it.
You can say work.
Yeah, work, usually it's the work. you want some promotion, so I'm just giving an example. Because you want the promotion, you will have to do some. You have deadlines or you have some target to achieve and things like that. So, in your life, and if you want to share that will be great. But in your life, where is that you are expecting result, and that is making you feel stressed or feel. Stress is a very big word, but you're just. You're like, oh, I'm looking for some result. Where is that? I just gave example of say promotion in work, and because you need promotion, you have to come up with some targets. Is there anything that you have in your life? Yes,
That my parents' health is
Parents'
good so
health.
that I can continue whatever I'm doing here.
Yeah.
That's always in the back of the mind.
Okay.
We are away from India.
Absolutely.
Even I'm not stressed about it.
Yeah. And again, as I said, stress is a very big
It's
word.
a
It's
big
a-
word, yeah. A little bit of worry is always
Yeah,
there.
worry.
And,
What is worrying you?
yeah. So,
That's a good
that's one
example.
example to just give the others if they want to share.
And there's no right or wrong in that. We are all humans. We all have emotions, we all have expectation, and we all have to move forward and to learn and to achieve something. Any other example that you want to share or reflect?
You do have a worry about your children and you know, when they're young and then they get to the next stage of their life, then they get to the next stage of their life. You know, you're always continuously in that journey of making sure they're okay, and you know, if they go out, you worry, are they going to be all right? Are they going to come home?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then sometimes you can't sleep until they're home because you know you worry something.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know,
I totally.
it's not stress, but it's
yeah,
like,
it's worry you.
yeah.
That is something worry
you
you.
have to let them grow as well and to fly.
Absolutely. Yes.
Mine would be work. Worrying, so I work on my own business, and it's worrying where the next job will come from, and then it's like buying leads, and then sometimes a waste of time and customers messing me around. So that's like my whole life basically. I'm always thinking about where the next money's coming from, or where the next job's coming from. Or,
Absolutely.
yeah,
that will be there because you want the cash flow, you want the business to grow, you want to achieve, you want to go to the next stage. So those things. Right? Anything theatre or curtain you want to share or reflect
Kind
on?
of work as well in I'm more worried about the derivative thing, kind of like, am I going to get in trouble? And the future, trying to control the future, realizing that I can't and letting go of it, but then it's very hard to do. That's it.
Yeah, okay, thanks for sharing. Anything you want to share, Mama?
I think whatever expectations are from my end, it will be done whatever it happens.
Yeah, that's very generic. Like specifically, is there anything that worries for you at this point of time?
Not
Because
just
you're expecting some.
or worrying in life. That is what I have learned. It will be done. So it is the faith that has made me like that. Faith in higher consciousness.
That's good. But is there anything that you are expecting, like a result, and that is making you worry?
Not remembering.
Not really. That's okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. So we will look into this when we come to the different types of the karma yoga, karma as well. Okay. Now, why these action creates stress or worry? We will see. So, for example, work pressure, as you mentioned, and the parenting expectation, as you mentioned, or parenting or kids, either for your mom and dad or for your daughter or son. And then maybe like social comparison as well, like, you know, if I lose the job, what will happen, things like that, or just comparing that, oh, this person is in a higher position, he's like a manager, but I'm still here, I'm just stuck, I'm not like him, not like her, those comparison. And then the performance anxiety, like just in your peers, you know, if you don't perform well, then you're not going to get the same result as your peer. But the main thing is you have one side is action. Itself is called action in Sanskrit. The action is not giving the stress, trying to make you realize that. The action is not giving you stress or worry. When I say action, not just physical action, not like lifting and things like that, mental action as well, like is my daughter safe? Is my mom safe? Is my sister safe? Even the thought, this is not going to give you stress. What is giving you stress is identification. Are you getting the reference? You know, just coming to you, Nimas. Again, you are very knowledgeable. I'm not giving any advice or anything, and you know my situation as well, where I am. When your mom was, very young, when she was taking care of you, just like Indira said, she was worrying for you. Oh, what is going to happen to my daughter? Is she going to get married to a right person? Is she going to be in a very good family? Things like that. The scenario has changed now. You worry for her. So it is about the I-ness. My mom, my daughter. So that is what is making you worry. Yeah. When you drop that, this gets dropped. So the Karma Yoga reduces the ego attachment, and deeper self-knowledge removes the sense of doership. If you are in the knowledge of the self. Right? And we will look into that, and we have looked into it in the past 3 weeks. We will look into it in the next 3 weeks as well, or 4 weeks or so. Okay, so trying to make it clear that the action happens through the gunas of nature, yet the ego claims I am the doer. So which are the gunas? The sattva, rajas, and tamas. So the sutra is 3.27, which is Prakrite kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasya ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. 27, sorry. Okay. So the gunas. Every time, you're not thinking about your mom. Every time you're not thinking about your daughter. Every time you're not thinking about your work and business. Yeah? Right? So, the sattva, rajas, tamas keep varying in a certain proportion. Okay? When you are surrounded by certain kind of people, when you are surrounded by a certain kind of environment, ambience, say for example, you go to Scotland in what's the Lake District, and you are in a mountain, it's so bliss. You don't think about your job or your daughter or kids. You are in total bliss. You are in that nature, in that. So that time, for example, you are in that good sattvic state. Or say for example, you eat good food like salad. And I'm just giving an example. No offense about any other food. You feel so good. Or when you eat something else, or when you are in a very agitated place where, say for example, a fight is going on, or it's in a stressful state, then you are in that rajasic state. Or when you are surrounded by lazy people, or someone who are like lethargic, you are probably in that tamasic state. So the gunas will decide what are you going to do, what this body, the doer, is going to do. So this is what is the sutra. The action happens through the gunas of the nature, yet the ego claims I am the doer. Oh, if I'm not there, what is going to happen to my mom? Oh, if I'm not there, what is going to happen to my daughter? If I'm not there, what is going to happen to my work or business? Things like that. So you think you are the doer. And the more tighter you are with your identity, the more heavier is the action. Okay? So if you think, okay, I have to do this, only I can do this, the action becomes, you have to put too much effort. When you drop the identity, you might feel like this is not practical. You might think that, oh, this job has to be done by me. This person needs to be taken care of me. No. When you drop that I, Again, I'm not making this up. This is in the scripture, in the Upanishad, in the Vedanta, in the Bhagavad Gita. When you drop this I, then the action becomes lighter. Or the other way around. When you think you are the one who needs to do this action, then you have to put too much effort. When you lose the identity, the action becomes effortless.
So how do you detach from that?
How do you detach from that? It's very simple.
Detach from that responsibility.
No, I'm not saying not to drop the responsibility. You have to take action. You have to take responsibility. Karma Yoga means acting fully outwards but remaining inwards unattached. The scripture doesn't say do nothing. Scripture says take responsibility, but without having the sense of this doer is doing it.
Is it the same as detached?
It is same as detached, but detached from what? Not detaching from the action.
From the worry and the... You're still doing the action, but you're detaching from
Yes.
So
the
basically,
psychological.
Yeah, psychological.
just to add to it, Stephen.
Yes.
So basically, you detach from that role of a doctor, even though your other roles you
Kind
play
of
of a professional.
the food he is taking. One,
Yeah, it depends on the food as well, yes.
Like Sattva is very sattvic food. Rajas, one takes
It's hard.
Not just
That's
food.
what he said, it's hard.
Just
spicy or
But you say
something like
all
that.
the other
So
roles are
he-
food is one of them.
That's true.
But there are various factors. The people you're
I hope
surrounded,
that clarifies it.
the place you're in, various other things. I can give you a list of
Yeah,
things.
because we have a whole list of things in our world, in
Yeah.
the bigger world.
Yeah.
It's not just your family, it's the whole world.
Yes, absolutely.
You encounter people.
I was just telling them we play many roles.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
do.
daughter is just one role.
Yes.
You're doing so many other roles which are going very well. It's only that daughter role you're worried, parent role you're worried. So when you see all the whole big picture, you will say this is a very small aspect.
It is, yeah.
That's what
Exactly. So just to come back to what you mentioned, so you're not detaching from the action, you're still responsible. For example, you are the owner of a business, you are responsible for that. You have to do action, but you're detaching from the fruits of that action.
A bit like the government, you're
It is, it is so, but you are still responsible. You have to do actions if you have to do. Again, that's the important point. If you have to do the action, you have to do the action in that phase of life. But do you have to do the action? That is a different question. But if you have to do, yes, you have to do. Okay.
In that, rather than worrying so much and oh, have to do this, have to do this, we can happily do and think that we are taken care of. But do it.
Exactly. Just like the King Janaka's story. So when there was fire, he is responsible for the kingdom. He is supposed to say, hey minister, do this, but you're not supposed to get agitated. Oh, what am I going to do? And things like that.
That's where Ishvara Arpana comes, an attitude. Jerry, what you were saying, right? The attitude.
Yeah, attitude of Ishvara Arpana.
Also for myself, I feel that I can only do, like, not worry so much or not crib about it if I'm meditating. If I meditate, I feel yes, I can do it.
Yeah, so you're doing
It
the good.
gets adapted.
You're doing the shuddhi, the chitta shuddhi. So any karma, any karma yoga, there are these four folds. You can do that. Either you do it without with the sense of duty, or with the offering attitude, or receiving as a prasad, or you can just as a purification of mind. Great. Okay, so we've been sitting down for a while, so why not stand up and we do some yoga. If you have a yoga mat, feel free to get one, or we do it. Chat. Are you all good? Any questions or anything? Focused on after the yoga session, we will look into the 3 types of karma. We're going to do similar to what we did last time. I'm going to begin with neck rolls. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
So when you do any inversion, you need to, this is a request that you need to calm down the blood circulation. So you need science goes.
Okay, I'll do it to wake me up sometimes.
Okay, yeah, because although yoga is there to help us, anatomically we see that we are going against the gravity, so we have to take care of the physics, to take care of the anatomy and biology and stuff like that. What, sorry?
Can you see if this is clear?
Okay, so we will begin with the neck rolls. If you're happy, as having the hands beside your body. As you breathe in, gently raise your neck up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, try to get your chin towards the chest. Continue at your own pace, breathing in, gently raise your head up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, chin towards the chest. Continue for 2 more times. If you're happy, breathing in, raising your head up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, gently getting your chin towards the chest. Continue for 1 last time, breathing in. With a gentle smile, as you breathe out, your chin towards the chest. And the next time you come back, you're going to do the rotation. As you breathe in, you go towards the right side, the right ear on the right shoulder. Back side, as you breathe out, your left ear on the left shoulder. Try to get your chin towards the chest. Continue at your own pace, breathing in to one side. So these are sukshma vyayama. And you take your attention to where the movement is happening, you coordinate your breath with the movement. Breathe in for 1 half, breathe out for the other half. Remember to smile. Smile is the easiest practice that you can do, easiest yoga you can do. And once you feel complete, you've done 4 to 5 times, reverse the direction, breathing into your left side. Your back, as you breathe out onto your right side, your right shoulder, gently come down. Do as much as your body allows, and feel the stretch on the opposite side. So if you're doing on the left, feel the stretch on the right side. Do as much as you can. If there is any pain, just do with your range of movement, just this much. Do very gently, coordinating your breath. Breathe in for 1 half, breathe out for the other half. Once you feel complete and you gently come down, chin towards the chest, breathing in, raising your head up. You're going to carry on the shoulder rotation, make a cup with your hand, place it on top of your shoulder. The next time you breathe in, gently get your elbow towards the ground. And as much as possible, try to touch your both elbows and the elbow towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, gently squeezing your shoulder blades and gently come down. You do very, very gently, coordinating your breath with the movement. The slower you do the practice, the better it is for you. Okay? Maybe if you take like 10 minutes to just rotate one side and go back, it is even better. Once you feel complete, reverse the direction, breathing in, getting your elbow down, squeezing your shoulder blades, getting your elbow towards the ceiling, gently come back, come forward, knees, your hands beside the body. Okay. We good so far? Everyone has yoga mat, so we're going to do the sun salutation. If you're happy, we do 2 rounds of sun salutation. So coming to Tadasanas, that's like a foundation. So with your good on check. So you do 2 rounds of sun salutation. If you're happy, coming to the front of the mat, coming into Tadasana, either equal distance between the leg or the toes together. Engage your thighs, engage your core, shoulder back to the ground, shin back to the ground. When you're ready, breathe in and breathe out. Gently come into Namaste, Pranamastana. As you breathe in, gently raise your both head up, straight towards the ceiling, slightly arch back. As you breathe out, reach the wall in front of you. Gently come down, do not hand your hands, place it either on your knee or the shin or the floor. As you breathe in, gently take your right leg back, having your both palms in between your leg, your foot in the front. Hold your breath, take your other leg back in a single straight line, plank. Breathe out, your knee, chest and forehead on the floor, coming into Ashtanga. As you breathe in, gently rise up, coming into Cobra. As you breathe out, tuck your toes, gently come up into either mountain pose or downward facing dog. Breathe in, gently take your right leg forward. As you breathe out, take your other leg forward. Breathing in, rise up slightly, arch back. Good. Just turning our whole body. Let's do it on the other side if you're happy. Breathe in, breathe out. Namaste. Breathe in, raise your both hand up, slightly arch back. Breathe out, reach the wall in front of you. Gently come down. Do not hand your hands. Let's sit either on the shin or knees or on the floor. Breathe in, take your left leg back. Either knees on the floor or off the floor. Hold your breath, take your other leg back. Single straight line. If your hips are raised, gently, very good. Breathe out, your knee, chest and forehead on the floor. As you breathe in, raise your head up, your chest up, coming into Cobra. As you breathe out, tuck your toes, gently raise your hip as high as you can. As you breathe in, get your left leg forward. Breathe out, your other leg forward. Breathing in, rise up, slightly arch back. Good. And with your eyes closed, hands in front of you, Namaste. Feeling the gratitude towards the sun, feeling the gratitude towards all the planetary systems, especially the sun, which is the center of the solar system, giving us the heat energy, the light energy, everything that we need, photosynthesis of the plants that we consume. Having a total gratitude towards the sun, all the planetary systems. If you feel complete, having the gratitude to what you have right now, your family, your work, whatever you think, feeling the gratitude toward what you have at this moment, and feeling complete from within and from outside. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purna, Purnastu Mudasyate, Purnameda, Purnameva Vasishyate. Purna, Mudasyate, Purnasya, Purnamada, Purnameva Vasishyate. From the wholeness comes the wholeness. So you are already complete. If you think that something is missing within you, just drop it. Realize that you're already complete. From the wholeness comes the wholeness. From the wholeness, there is no missing part in the wholeness. Realizing that you are already complete. Very gently opening your eyes at your own pace. Right? Be good? Yeah? You can either sit down with a partner or on a chair. I'm just going to discuss this. Maybe make a partner, one of you, anyone that you don't know already. Again, we're not going to go too personal into it, but you're just going to discuss about what is your past, what is your future, what are you right now. So nothing personal, there's no need to share personal things.
What sort of things are you sharing?
what is that you did in the past? What is that you're doing in the present? What is that you're doing, planning to do in the future? Again, very generic. You don't need to go in depth. You don't need to go specific. Like for example, in the past I was an accountant. Right now I am a teacher. In future I don't know. How far I retire. So this is one kind of this.
Where I'm going to live.
Sorry,
Where I'm going to live.
Oh yeah.
When I retire.
Yeah, you can discuss that. So this is one
That's happening in my head.
you can discuss that. This is one kind of. Other kind of discussion could be, in the past, I did such and such thing, like a story. I was a commercial pilot. I got a license. Right now, I'm doing this business and I'm trying to achieve so and so things. In the future, I'm going to become. This is something I always usually say. I'm going to become a scuba diver and become a scuba diver instructor, something like that. So just discussing what makes sense for this session of what you did in the past, what are you doing right now, and what do you want to do, or what is that you plan to do in the future. So again, you don't go too personal and take only like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. More that discussion is about the time frame. Sorry to get you back again to 1 minute each, both of you. So it's more than the content, it's about the time limits.
And my life's not that.
And future?
Future,
Now up to this point, trying to plan my future. It's actually easier in the past. Very happy and present. You know, yeah, and the transition happens just like which is very
Okay, are we good both sides? Okay.
do you have to change?
Yeah, change.
Not 1 minute, yeah.
1 minute each. Yeah, I'll give 1 more minute. 1 more minute. This is good, yeah. Not to be like a Janaka.
Describe research. Let the story.
Be specific, but no much depth. Okay, time up. Let's come back. Love Okay, let's come back, guys and girls. I know, maybe after 8 o'clock. Yeah. Please come back.
Explain those 4 points.
Okay.
Not about this.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, either on the chair or on the mat, whatever is comfortable for you. Just just going. It's just.
Are we going to use our math again or not?
No, we're not going to use math. But 30. You just have 30 minutes. Okay. How was the reflection? Felt light?
I think we all go through the same thing.
Similar thing.
Depending on our phase of our life.
Yeah.
When you're ambitious, you want to get somewhere, you want to earn money, you want to...
Yes. We are all the same, I told you, right? You discuss the same thing with billions of people, they'll say the same thing. But of course, we are different, we are unique. That is also there. Okay, so coming to 3 types of karma. You might know that. In very simple word, simple English. It is past, present, and future. I think complicated. Even in Sanskrit, it's nothing complicated. Sanchita karma. Arabdha.
Agam.
Easy peasy. Yeah, done. Let's go. Okay. So what is the Sanchita karma? Is the impressions, the past impressions, which has been accumulated. Over different lifetimes, over many lifetimes, if you believe reincarnation and stuff. Or if you don't believe, it's just in this lifetime. You take it that way. But in the scripture it mentions it is over a lot of lifetime. So, for example, I can give you various examples. One of the examples, the classical example they say is the arrow. So the bow and arrow, and you have released the arrow and it has already hit the dartboard or whatever it is. Very simple. So the arrow is already in the bow and it's already released and it's already on the tree or in the dartboard. Simple. But the second analogy is like the seeds. You have a warehouse or what we call the storage house. So you have loads and loads of seeds. You can take it pumpkin seed, apple seed, whatever it is. So there are so many seeds. Some of them are planted, some of them are not planted. For example, if you want to close your eyes or even with your eyes open, when you were like 5 years or 10 years, there were something that you wanted to be, or there is something that you physically wanted to either buy or from someone. Do you remember that? But there are some of the things that is already seeded. For example, you went for a guitar class or a violin class. Again, I'm just giving some example. Doesn't mean it's the same for you. As I said, we are all unique. We are the same, but still unique. If you take the DNA, every billions and billions, you have different DNA. If you take the fingerprint, the biometric, every billion ones is different. It's very unique. It's very, very beautiful. Coming back to our example, say for example, you went for a piano class or a violin class or a piano class. You might still be continuing that. So take that as a seed which is planted and it has sprouted and it has become like a tree. Or, for example, you went to an electronics engineering, that was your engineering background, and you are still working as an electronics engineer. Right? So those are some of the seeds which has been seeded, planted, and then it has become like a tree. But there are some which are not seeded at all. For example, you wanted to buy a particular kind of toy, say Minnie on toy, or a Disney princess, and you didn't get it, and it didn't affect you, but it is there. It has caused an impression. Are you still with me?
Yes.
those are Sanchita Karma. Any questions on that?
So do some of the Sanchita Karma get suppressed because they don't come out?
Could be. Say for example, you see a princess, you go to Buckingham Palace, yeah, you are in that parade and you wish, I wish I was the prince, or I wish I was the king. We still have king, right? I wish I was King Charles. That gets suppressed. It's just an example. I hope King Charles is not listening to this. So coming back, there are some few things that get suppressed and that becomes a desire. And that is one of the reasons you will see that. I'm going to just come to that. That is what is going to decide what is your prarabdha karma. Your birth in this lifetime, you take birth, for example, someone wished to be a king, he might become a king. Someone was very poor and he wished, I wish I had a very big house, something like that. It can be a very simple wish or a desire that gets sprouted. So these are the impressions, we call it in Sanchita Karma, and that becomes the prarabdha karma. So your birth, your city, your body, when I say city, location, your family, your life circumstances, your skills, various things. Say for example, I wanted to become a commercial pilot. That was my desire. So maybe if the desire is still there, which is not, that might carry over to the next lifetime. I might become a commercial pilot. So these are the things. So it gets suppressed and then gets sprouted into say next lifetime or the next to next lifetime. These Rig Veda, for example, it's been there from 22,000 years. Which year are we in? 2016. So you can imagine how many were there, how many generations we've gone through, right?
Does it mean just one thought, or is it like a strong desire that creates?
Anything.
Oh my God, you have to think mindfully. Be careful.
Your thought is the seed.
Really important.
Your thought is the seed.
You're right. When we plant that seed, it might not happen straight away, but it will happen at some point. But that's what happened with me. I planted the seed, I wanted to do yoga training.
Yes.
And then it happened at the right time when things were right for me at that time.
Exactly.
Because I planted that seed, and then I planted this seed, I wanted to go to this wellness retreat, and it happened. With my sister.
So these are some things you realize. There are few things you don't realize. You just the seed gets sprouted.
Or it doesn't grow because it goes back into the...
Could be. That's why I said the Sanchita Karma is like a warehouse of seeds. Just an example. It's not exactly like that. Just an example. Say for example, when I was invoking, I wanted a place where thousands of people come and they do yoga and meditation. That's how I started Soham Yoga and now the Inner Peace Foundation. So it's just a small seed becomes a tree. It can become a tree, or it can be a plant, or it can just be in the warehouse. It may not be used, but it is there, right? So the Sanchita Karma determines your body type. We have Vata, Pitta and Kapha.
I didn't realize your doshas are dependent on your body type.
You mean?
No, it's just your physique. It depends how your physique is. They will determine your dosha based on that.
Yeah. So the Sanchita Karma is about the body type. What type of body you get. Based on the prarabdha karma is about your body type. Based on your Sanchita Karma.
So when your body changes, the doshas change.
When your body changes, your doshas change. No,
difference in the face, different
Not
face.
like people put on weight or they just different shape.
But your body type, so you have again I'm going into Ayurveda now, and this is not Vedanta. So you have Prakriti and Vikruti. Okay? Your Prakriti is not going to change any time. It is your nature. If you are a Vata or a Vata Pitta or a Kapha, that is your Prakriti. But because of the lifestyle change,
Yes, that's it.
because of the lifestyle change or because of the location, say for example if you move from here to Iceland or I move from India to the UK, so there have been different change. When I was in India it was totally different, my body was different. So because of those changes you will have a Prakriti. So the Prakriti will always be the same. So you get this body type which is the Prarabdha karma because of the Sanchita karma.
This prarabdha karma can be overcome by doing charity and seva work, service.
Come to it. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. But for now, we are just knowing what is it.
No.
Why am I here? Why did I get this kind of parents? Why did I get this kind of daughter? Why did I get this kind of so and so friends, for example? Why? Because of all the karma. Yeah? But karma is nothing wrong or right. According to scriptures, you have a definition. None of the science will explain you why. For example, one of your daughter gets cancer or something. You will ask questions why. It's all because of the karma. It's your prarabdha karma or the sanchita karma. What else? Let's go to agami karma, the future karma. This one is, the analogy is you have the bow in your hand and you get your arrow back, so you're holding on to the arrow. So it's not released or you're not thinking, it's already in your hand. Yeah? So that's the analogy. Or this, if you take the seeds, you've already planted it and it's sprouting, you can't stop sprouting or you can't stop the flowers to come out. Something like that. Yeah? So the agami karma is the future karma, the karma created by the present action. So you plant an apple tree, then the apple will come. That's the future. Yeah. It's not going to be a mango tree or something like that. So that's the karma. So these comes from the Advaita Vedanta teaching explained by the commentaries of Adi Shankaracharya. Yeah. So now coming to why do we need to discuss all these things? Yeah. So when you become a yogi, when you become a jnana yogi, there are different paths, right? So you have the bhakti yoga, so you have different paths of yoga. So again, whatever path you take, going to one goal, which is the truth. But specifically, say the jnana yogi, or even the bhakti yogi, or the karma yogi and raja yogi. Once you become a yogi, then what happens to your sanchita karma? Once you realize yourself, once you become a self-realized person, then it is like the seeds are roasted and burnt. You no more have any karma, the sanchita karma, when you realize the self. When you are in the truth, when you are in that Satchit Anand. In Any questions on that or any comment on that?
What's that?
Sat Chit Anand.
And about that?
About that is the four paths leading towards the truth.
No, about Sat.
The truth. The truth about the self. My handwriting is not
No, you can't say that.
sorry.
You can't say that negative thought.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing my best.
I'm doing my best. Thank you for that.
I'm trying, I'm doing my best.
Yeah, I'm doing my best, yes. Okay, so for a yogi, once he is self-realized, so the sanchita karma gets roasted, it gets burnt. Okay. And then coming to agama karma, so it doesn't get accumulated. You remember I mentioned about the warehouse of seeds? So this is already burnt for a yogi. This is not going to accumulate it. But you have to be self-realized. Once you again get desires, and once you come out of the self-realization, you're back. So every time, every day, every moment, you have to be in the self-realization. That's when this is going to happen. Right? Are you still with me?
Yes.
Yes, Josh?
How do we do that?
We'll look into it. We'll look into it. You still have, again, come back to the box. Jivatman. And the Atman, the self-realized. Brahman. And the Paramatma. So if you come back from this to this, if you come back from Brahman to this, the reason why I'm saying this is practical, this is theoretical. There are things for you to be practical. We are not there yet. We are still in the introduction of Vedanta and Yoga. Yeah? It will take some time. For that you need to sit with the Guru for a long period. And the reason why I'm saying long period is you have accumulated so many of this. There is a warehouse of seed. It's not one bag or one hand of seed. Yeah? So if it is a warehouse of seeds, then it's not going to get burnt just like that. It will take some time. And you're still accumulating while you are discussing. There is thought sprouting. What am I going to do next? Pop. Thoughts keep coming. Those are your seeds. You are still accumulating. While you are accumulating the seeds, how is that you can roast it? How is that you can burn it? I'm not saying it's not possible. Asangho. Puna. Again and again. Again and again. Getting unattached. Unattached to what? Anyone wants to answer? And attached to the reserves again and again, not just in the previous second, right now. Okay. Okay, and what happens to the prarabdha karma is continues until the body drops. Okay. Any questions or any reflections on this? Okay. One shloka from the Bhagavad Gita is 1.11. I don't want to go too much into Sanskrit, but the yogis act with the body, mind, intellect, and senses abandoning the attachment. That's when you can become a yogi. That's when your sansita karma gets burned. That's when you don't accumulate the agami karma. Okay. Again, I'm going to repeat that. So the yogis, this particular yogi who has attained the knowledge of the truth, act with body, mind, intellect, and senses, abandoning the attachment. This is the key sloka, which is 5.11. Okay. It is about having less ego. Not having the I-ness is highly impossible. Until you have the body, you will have. Like, for example, I am giving this knowledge, but I am the instrument. I got this knowledge from my guru, and I am just passing it. But there is still this thing that I am teaching this. That will not go until the body gets dissolved. Yeah? But less ego, less identity of me, myself, I. Then the less agitation, that will give you more clarity. And then when there is more clarity, then you get ready for Vedanta. So you are still not ready for Vedanta yet. You are getting ready, you are there. The Karma Yoga is not the end, it is preparing you for the Vedanta. Any questions on that, or anything to reflect? Because I said you're still not ready for Vedanta. Okay. So we'll just do a few reflections before we close the session. Or maybe you can do this at home, like a journaling. Where do I feel like pressure to prove myself? Like, do you think you do all these things to prove your identity? Yes. When we ask the question, what worries you? It could be a family thing, or it could be work related, or it could be peer pressure and things like that. You do this because you want to prove yourself that I am the one to do this. That identity. So, trying to find out where do you feel that pressure to prove yourself. And then which actions feels heavy lately? What is that? Like, how to go from effortless. So, how to go from effort to effortless. As I said, if you drop the I, then it becomes effortless. If you have the feeling of I-ness, you have to put some effort. So which are the actions, specifically the actions that is making you put effort, which is making you heavy lately, and what outcomes am I afraid of losing? Again, this is a very big word, and sometimes it comes grief and sadness, and also comes. So, what is that makes you feel fearful of losing something? Because you're thinking something because you feel like, oh, I will lose my business. If I do this action, then my business will prosper. Right? There'll be more profit. There'll be cash flow, right? So if I don't do this action, then my business will go down. Things like that. Or if I don't keep calling my mom or keep calling my daughter, then she might get upset or she might feel lonely and things like that. So what are the outcomes that is making you afraid of losing? Right? So try to journal yourself and try. How can I drop the me, I, myself? If you can journal that. So if you're happy, you come into a closing. So let's close our eyes. Having your foot flat on the ground. Having your spine erect as much possible. And gently taking one deep breath in through your nostril. Breathe out with a smile. We're still having the smile on our face. Having a gentle smile on her face as you take a deep breath in and breathe out with a smile. And when you're ready, bring one responsibility to your mind. As we discussed, we play lots of roles, but bring just one responsibility to your mind. Try to keep it very specific rather than keeping it general. Maybe taking the responsibility that I am the chairperson, I am the CEO of this company, or I am responsible for my mom or my daughter, whatever it is, being very specific. Nothing to judge, no offense to anyone, but noticing the stress or the pressure attached to it, if there are any. Just observe any pressure or any stress attached to the responsibility, if there are any. Once you feel complete, repeating in your mind silently, I offer the effort and I release the result. Now you're ready, repeating in your mind, I offer the effort and I gently release the result of the action, of the responsibility. Take a deep breath in and breathe out completely with a smile. Observe whether you feel lighter just by letting go of any results of the action. Remember that Karma Yoga does not remove the action, it does not remove the responsibility. It just removes the results of the action. It just removes the results of the responsibility, and it removes the inner burden. By thinking about the results of the action. Just makes it easier to go from effort to effortless action. But there is still this action and responsibility. It helps you bring inner peace within you. If you're happy, we're going to close the session with 1 Om and 3 Shanti. Let's take a deep breath in through your nostril and breathe out completely. Now for Om, take a deep breath in. All around the world. Oh, that's it. Very gently rubbing your palms, generating a bit of heat, being mindful of any spectacles or the lens, gently placing it on top of your eyes, getting your both hands in front of you, just like an open book, opening your eyes very gently as if you're looking at the reflection of yourself. Thank you so much for joining this evening session. Any questions or any feedback? It was very anything offensive, anything that I made you feel sorry about that. Otherwise, I'm open for any questions. If not, it's just a take-home practice.
Sorry, you were saying about the journaling. What did you say to journal?
Yeah, so 3 things. Just observe, where do you feel any pressure or anything to prove yourself? We do all these things to prove yourself. You want to achieve something. Either it could be in family, or it could be at work, or yeah, sure. It could be because of the peer pressure, something that is making you put some pressure or stress to prove your identity, prove yourself. And then, which are the action that makes you feel heavy lately? If you drop the I-ness, the identification, it makes you effortless. This is what the scripture says. So, likewise, is there anything that is making you to put too much effort, making you feel heavy lately? And then the third thing is, what are the outcomes? What outcomes are you afraid of losing? And then the take home practice is, you can choose one daily activity. It could be the work task or any conversation or anything. And before beginning anything, before taking up the task, just pause and set an intention that I surrender the result. I'm not looking for the result, but I'm just doing the action. So it's about the effort rather than the result itself. Great. What's coming up next week? I was thinking of...
I wanted to share something that
Yes.
I watched today. It was about, we watch a lot of, people's journeys in life, and this guy...
It's a documentary.
No, it's like he's a YouTuber, and his life changed completely when he lost his parents, and he lost the fear. He just lost the fear. He didn't send his 3 daughters to school or anything, no traditional school, because he didn't want the daughters to be in traditional school.
Okay.
It's
Like homeschooling.
Not even homeschooled.
Okay.
Just traveled the world.
Okay.
In different parts. Now they settled in Phuket in Thailand.
Okay.
He got into Bitcoin, and then he found a community that were into this Bitcoin.
Okay.
And his journey, I mean, he's not attached to anything. Because if he loses money, he doesn't care.
Okay.
And he's lost all the fear. It's like you go bungee jumping one day. Okay, the fear is there, but when you've done it, you want to do it again.
Again and again, yes, absolutely.
It's the fear. We all live with fear. But it's about letting go of the fear, which is hard to do. Because you're scared something bad will happen.
So it's about for him.
And his daughters are doing really well without any formal education, because he's given them life skills.
So for him, he has detached himself from the fear,
Yeah.
not just from the result. So
Yeah.
that's nice. Thanks.
But it's really hard to do. And, it is one in a million.
Yes, absolutely. Never know. Never know.
But some people's paths do change, as you say. Circumstances happen, and you let go of something.
Yeah. So it's all the karma. So, for example, in the past, he did something, and he
lost
changed
his
his life.
parents quite young. His mother had cancer. She was 48, and I think he lost his young dad quite young. So had an impact growing up. He was only 24. He was like the formative years of your life.
Yeah. Again, you don't need to be like yogi. You don't need to go through all the scriptures.
Yeah.
There are few scenarios that you just get detached from everything. You become a yogi. Shankaracharya, the knowledge that I'm giving from Adi Shankaracharya, he got this knowledge at a very young age, even when he was not born. So at the age of 8, he was wandering in Himalayas, and he started singing a song. When a sage asked him, "Who are you?" he started singing the Nirvana Shatakam. That I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the name, I'm just an Atman. So it does not. And then he got a formal education later. He got a guru, but he died in the age of say 32 or so. Swami Vivekananda, he was not there for a long period.
There was I missed something, because also AI is coming. Certain careers you will not need formal education. That's why he chose to do that path as well for his daughters, because AI is coming.
Yeah.
Online school is coming.
Yes.
Worldwide. You can be any part of the world and you can learn from a teacher.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the world is changing, but all these knowledge will be the same. It was the same, and it
But
will
I think the lifestyle is changing nowadays. Because people are learning more and more from other people via YouTube, AI, various factors. Anyway, thank you, Shreya.
Thank you, Indiraji. Thank you, Josh. Thank you.